Hi pet lovers and welcome to Bean, Potato and Pancakes channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a deep clean of a guinea pig and hamster's enclosures. So to start off with, I'm going to be cleaning out Bean and Potato's enclosure, which are the guinea pigs. So first I just started by removing everything in the enclosure. I am going to be improving the setup based on the comments in the previous video and also my own research. By the way, Bean and Potato have been settling in very well and they're definitely more confident than they were when they first came here. If Bean and Potato are this messy in 2 days, I can't imagine how messy having loads and loads of guinea pigs would be. You'd have to clean them out so often. But currently I'm cleaning out the enclosure every 2-3 days. If you have more than 2 guinea pigs, then you will need to clean out the enclosure more frequently. Or if you have a smaller enclosure, you will also need to clean it out more frequently. Their enclosure shouldn't be smaller than this though. So then I just put the guinea pigs in the carrier just to keep them out of the way while I clean out the rest of the enclosure. I really like using fleece liners as they're really quick and easy to clean. You can just fold them up, tip out the mess into the bin and hoover up the excess mess. To clean the fleece liners, all you'd have to do is put them in the washing machine. Then I just use a baby wipe and some vinegar to clean up any other mess around the enclosure. Then to keep it extra clean, I wipe down the rest of the enclosure with a baby wipe soaked in white vinegar. It is possible to litter train your guinea pigs, but I still haven't managed to litter train mine, so I'm just tipping out their litter box into the bin. I'm also removing the old hay in the hay rack to replace it with fresh hay. I then collected all of the things that can be washed in the bath, such as the litter tray, food bowls and water bowl. I like to clean food bowls every day, but the litter tray about once a week. I just use warm water and soap to clean them. Then I put the fleece liner back into the enclosure. I also made this platform for the piggies just like I made a platform for Pancake. I have made a platform for Pancake before, so I'll link that video in the iCards above. I'll just quickly show you how to make a platform now though. So first you just use a saw to cut dowels into the right lengths. Then to get the end even, you'd rub it on some sandpaper. Try to make sure all of the pieces are as even as possible. After that, mark out roughly in the centre of each of the dowels. Then use a drill to mark out where the screw's going to fit. This will prevent the wood from splitting. On the platform you'll need to mark out where you want the legs. I had mine about 3 centimeters from the edge. Then use this drill bit to countersink the screws. And finally you can screw the legs on. Here are the platforms that I made for Pancake before. And here's the platform for the guinea pigs now. As you can see, I added this hammock on it from Pets at Home. After that I covered the platform with another fleece liner. This will prevent pee from soaking into the wood. It's a good idea to have a hideout with 2 entrances when you have 2 guinea pigs, especially if they're male guinea pigs. This is because they can potentially fight in enclosed spaces. I then put this bridge in for the ramp and a bed there just in case they do decide to jump off the platform. Here I put the litter box in and I'm adding some fresh hemp bedding into the litter box. I use hemp bedding for Pancake as well, so it's definitely safe for guinea pigs. I decided against using this hay rack as I found out that they can get their head stuck in between the bars. I also got this pouch and I'm going to put the tube back in, as well as this foraging toy. I also got a water bowl, so I've got a water bowl and a water bottle. I also put another panel here just to prevent them from jumping out, just in case. Then I put the clean food bowls in, as well as this mushroom that I painted. It's painted with safe paint and made of safe wood. It's important for your guinea pigs and pretty much any other animal to have access to clean fresh water at all times. So here I'm just cleaning and refilling the water bottle. I use Velcro to stick it to the side of the enclosure so I can easily take it off. Now for one of the most important additions that makes up 80% of their diet is hay. It's important that your guinea pigs have access to fresh hay at all times. Then I took this comment's advice to get a scoop for the pellets, which was very helpful as I didn't end up spelling it like last time. I put some of these pellets into the foraging toy. They really like this foraging toy and they use it every day and I'm always having to top it up. It's very funny watching them work it out. After that I prepared a salad for the guinea pigs. I usually give them bell pepper, which is high in vitamin C, which is important as guinea pigs can't make their own vitamin C. So this is a kale, spinach and broccoli salad. After that I sprinkled some forage onto the hay. This will encourage their natural foraging behaviours like hamsters. And here is the finished enclosure. The setup is definitely a lot nicer than before and the piggies definitely enjoy it more. I also ended up removing the Java branch and a foraging toy that they didn't use as well as the hay rack. This freed up more space for them to run around. And finally it's time to put in the piggies. They really like hiding underneath this platform and I think it makes them feel very safe. It's very cute watching them in the hammock as well. So far I think their favourite vegetable is spinach. Potato seems to be a bit of a bully to Bean though. Don't worry, they don't have any proper fights, but they do fight over their food sometimes. This is why I like giving them 2 pieces of everything. I made sure that they can also safely go up and down the ramp, and they can. They also like using the top level. Now it's time to clean out Pancake's enclosure. Since I haven't done a proper clean out on this enclosure for a few months, I'm going to do a full clean out today. This is where I remove pretty much all of the bedding apart from leaving some on top behind just so that they have a familiar scent. This is important as it means that they won't be quite as stressed. Enclosure cleans are always stressful for animals though. It took quite a long time shoveling all of the bedding out into the enclosure and in the end I used about 4 bin bags. It was extremely dusty so I decided to wear a mask. Dust isn't good as it can give hamsters respiratory infections. Then I wiped down the enclosure with white vinegar again, just like I did with the guinea pig enclosure. There was a bit of dried pee at the bottom so I decided to scrub it with a sponge and soap. Just like in the guinea pig litter box, I'm using hemp bedding in all of Pancake's enclosure. This bedding is brilliant as it holds burrows quite well as long as you mix it with hay, and it's very cheap as it's 20 kilograms for £20. I put a peek away hideout in there as well as the new wheel and also hideouts and other accessories. If you're a fan of my channel, you probably would have seen me do this setup quite a few times now. I might change things up in the future, but this setup's working well for Pancake. As Pancake is quite old now, I'm setting up the enclosure so it's quite flat, which makes it easier for him to get around. I still like to add lots of enrichment such as scatter feeding over the top of the hay as well as these sprays. This enriches their natural foraging behaviours just like with the guinea pigs, however guinea pigs should not have sprays as guinea pigs cannot have seeds. Then I just scattered some dried herbs and flowers, also known as forage, over the top of the bedding, as well as their food mix. I used Bunny Nature Dream Expert food mix. Then after that I tore up some toilet paper to put into the enclosure for the hamster to use as nesting. And just like with the guinea pigs, I cleaned the water bowls and filled them up with fresh water. And here is the final setup. I also added a Whimsy dog chew, some walnuts in shells and some peanuts. As you can see, Pancake was very excited to see his new enclosure. I just put him in and he explored. Pancake's now 2.5 years old, so he's quite old. He's doing really well, but he is a little bit wobbly. I found out that he's a huge fan of monkey nuts, which is very cute, watching him stuff them in his cheeks. That's the end of this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. Bye!